Hi, it's Sally from The Power of One. So today I bring a message of hope, love, faith, warmness for your heart. It's a message that I was given, and I have been asked by my guides to share messages. I've been asked for the last 3 years since my spiritual awakening, which is why I started The Power of One, so that we can all share information as we get it. However, the whole spiritual awakening ride has been so confusing, mind-blowing, just kind of expansive, because of the things that happened to me during the spiritual awakening, I had not maintained it. So I'm just going to start again from where I am and start sharing some of the information that I received over the past few years. And I'm quite aware that people need an upliftment message, a message of upliftment. And so that's what I'm bringing today. And I will try and explain it as I'm going along, because there are some things that people go through when they go through a spiritual awakening that other people won't understand. And since I don't know who's watching, what stage you're at, then I will explain. First of all, in order to have a spiritual awakening, you need to clear out your physical, mental and emotional baggage. That means you need to overcome. Physically overcome. Remember that you're not a victim of your body or your physiology. You can create and recreate your own body. Mentally, that you are not a victim of your thoughts, but that you can actually direct them and make them more positive and get them to actually help you in focusing on where you're going with your life to create something new. And an emotional, you have to overcome emotional obstacles by literally going with love and not fear, and that is love for your own soul. So be true to yourself, know who you are, know what you're about, walk away from anything that's not serving you, and walk towards things that light you up and help you feel loved, valuable and supported, and put you into your flow and your bliss, because that's what spiritual awakening is about. It's about finding the divine light, or it finds you, which comes in when you're ready, when you have to then fight all your demons. So then you go through a further clearing of your baggage, which means, any deep subconscious fears that you have, any limiting beliefs that you're running, they all get cleared out and they come up really quickly to be looked at and to be dealt with. And sometimes this happens in the physical, so it's not just all going on internally, but it actually happens in your physical world. So going back to where I was before, when I said I am from the Power of One group, I started the Power of One group, but I didn't continue it because at the time I was going through so much that it was just very difficult for me. I didn't have anywhere to live. It was just really difficult for me, having everything taken away from me and living just on faith. That it was really, really quite difficult to find somewhere to actually make the videos and talk to people. So, and my head was just like, because I couldn't understand what was going on. And so what I want to do is try and bring people messages of hope, that if you are going through a transformation, whether it be physical, mental, emotional or spiritual, there is hope, because there is always light and there is always truth, and that is within you, and your soul is guiding you forwards. So keep taking those steps forwards. There is always truth after a really, really bad time. So know that if you're going through a really bad time, you will come to a place of awakening, like your eyes will be opened further, you will understand spiritually more, intuitively more what is going on and why it's happening at that time. So yeah, just have faith that this is all happening, everything's happening for the good. And just remember, when you're in a space of it not being okay, you might have heard this before, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. And that is one of the terms that got me through. And I put lots of little note things up on my wall like that to remind me, to keep me positive, to keep me sane whilst I was going through all these things that were happening, which I felt were happening to me, but they were actually happening for me. But unfortunately, we can't see it at the time. We just look back with gratitude for the journey, because it strengthens us. and it helps us to understand the big picture. So I want to share this with you. I wrote this on the 22nd of July 2019. At that time I was living on my own, and I would get up every day, get my journal out and just start writing to God, right? Because I was so confused. Because I'd gone through a spiritual awakening where I was able to speak with angels and guides, and it was a twin flame awakening, which means that I met my other half of my soul, or my twin flame, who brought me back to God and helped me understand that there are really powerful energies out there, divine energies that help us. And for me personally, Jesus came into my meditation. I was agnostic, but Jesus came in. For many other people, Christ shows himself to other people, different cultures, different religions, perhaps differently. I'm not going to speak on that because that's each soul has their own journey. I can only share mine and my particular journey. Jesus came to me, so I'll share this with you. It was the 22nd of July 2019, so that's not that long ago actually. So this is me. Jesus, I love you. Thank you for being there. I have some serious questions and they might sound a little harsh, but I'm at a loss today to know how to go forward. So just bear with me, please, and forgive me, for I am just a human struggling with the concept of trust and unconditional love and receiving without being deceived. And he said, you stand before me in faith, otherwise you would not come to me. I see your pain and I see your struggle, and I want you to know that all of this is like sand that washes up on the beach. It is all seemingly being moved around without any direction, but it forms a perfect sandscape and canvas for many beautiful pictures to be painted upon it. Much laughter and joy and creativity happens on this beach, Sally. It is all beautiful and perfect and joyful, and yet at the end of the day, it is all washed away with perfect impermanence, so that all can be made new again the next day. For how will it be if all creation were built on top of one another? It would become a dirty mess, where structures would need to be cleaned and pulled down by force. This way we allow the tide of time to sweep in and wash it all flat, so that a new start can be made with fresh eyes and fresh feet. There are infinite possibilities in this place of peace. That's why you love the beach, Sally. It is self-sustaining, full of joy, and yet also full of promise and love. The tide flows in and out with such ease and reliability. We know what to expect, and this brings us a security and a knowing that all is well here. It is the same with life. We cannot expect things to stand the test of the ocean, for the water is wild and will take away any structure that tries to cling to the shore. There is no possibility of being rooted to the sand when each grain of itself has no density or power to hold itself to the bed of the sea when being washed by the tide. Nothing can hold fast. Its only choice is to let go and be moved. And there so you shall too be moved by the flow of the sea. Like a wave that comes in to destroy all creation, so shall your experience be. Do not fear this change, for it rests in the hands of regeneration and allows for new creation. You cannot fight the tide. You can only allow it to take you to your final destination. Have you seen those films where people become washed up to the shore after a torrent of a stormy sea hits their sinking boat? Have you seen how people cling to any raft they can float upon? Have you seen that as they let go and so nearly slip away and give into the wave, it brings them gently onto the shore, flows around their resting body, refreshes their limbs with cool water, until they awaken to feel the soft sand underneath them. They are one with the sand. They are part of its new creation, awaiting to be fashioned. They are infinite possibility. This is how your life is, Sally. Do not run from it, for you are only resisting the limitless opportunities that lie ahead of you now. The infinite potential that you hold inside your heart is that of the acorn or the pine cone seed. You are many things, and you are capable of manifesting all things that you desire to bring about. Allow that natural creativity and expansion to take place within your soul, and reflect that in your thought, word, and action. Each step on your journey will lift you to a higher plane of existence. Sometimes it may feel fraught with terror, but know that I have got you. You cannot sink, for life is infinite and experience only. Nothing can hurt you if you decide that you will rise above the tide in consciousness. So I said, well, Jesus, thanks, but how do I know you wrote that? Sally, I am here with you. I am your infinite Christed mind. I can tell of things that you wish to know that you do not know yet, and that of which you seek to know. You allow yourself to go with the tide. I would like you to be near the sea. Please plan a trip to the beach this week and let this tiring thoughts of lack go. See your ability to bring love into your life when you sit back and allow yourself to feel free and to expand with the feeling of love. You are riding the wave, just like you promised yourself. Sometimes the wave is scarily big and takes you under. Sometimes you have to get out. I'm sorry, but this is the wave. Let me go back. Sometimes the wave is scarily big and takes you under, but this is the wave. You cannot always sail safely on a yacht. Sometimes you have to get out or fall out of the boat and swim for it. Sometimes you have to allow the tide to take you when you cannot swim anymore. At this time, it's important to be humble and be with what is. At this time, you will need my guidance the most. But I'm always here watching you, for you, keeping you safe under my wing. I will always guide you to still waters and help you stand strong on the rock once more. Sand is a beautiful medium to create something beautiful with. What will you create, Sally? And I said, well, this is all very well, Jesus, and it makes me feel nice when you speak with me, but I really needed more practical help. This all feels a bit airy-fairy, like I can just run away, but it's not really facing my responsibilities. He said, you have a responsibility to love. What else is there? I said, Jesus, this is 3D. There is red tape everywhere. There are certain rules and regulations. Life is made very difficult here, not like on the higher realms. We have barricades everywhere, and the whole system is set up to make people strive to even survive. Only the people with money can make it in this world. Money and connections to the right people and opportunities. And he said, you have connections. You have me. And I am mighty and powerful. I can connect you with anyone. I can bring you money if that's what you desire. I can bring you all that you need. But first, you must trust me. Know that I will take care of you. Well, I don't, quite frankly. You've not brought me anything that I have. Okay, some things, but they were not on time. And by the time they were offered to me, I had to move on from that idea because another problem had come up. For example, I was building myself in my business and looking to buy a bigger house, and that I could expand my business and be in peace in that house and be in a good position with work and friends. And it was a good plan, but then I lost that and I was confused. So now how can I get back to where I was? How was this helpful? Sally, sometimes we just have to go with what is. You did bring this on yourself. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You said that you didn't want to be in that business anymore. Oh, yes, I did. You said if I didn't take it away, you would never do the coaching thing. Oh, yes, I did. So I'm my own worst enemy? Yes. What should I do then? Be grateful. Use your time wisely. Grow and expand. Well, this puts pressure on me. I don't even know if it's you talking to me. How can I trust that it's you and that I will be looked after, or that I will make the right decision? I need help, and you just bring me people who don't help. That is after I've invested all this time. When is my fishing net going to be full of fish? Teach me, Lord, how to fish, please. Verily I say unto you, that the teacher is also the student. Until you yourself can understand the laws of supply and demand, how will you know how much is required and what timing to make the right choices for the outcome? Sometimes there needs to be scarcity in order to make a thing more valuable. So therefore, it is not always within abundance that I teach or give, but also within the laws of scarcity. For these times are when the most seeking, healing, and searching is made. These times are when the faith becomes the greatest, and at these times is when the laws are set. You may think that all the answers are set, and once you have the final answers, all will be revealed, but it is a fine prediction of coming and going, ebbing and flowing, your energy, your seeking, your need, your depth of service to me, to love, to the all. And then we will see what comes of that seeking and searching and wanting. But you said I needed to stay out of lack. Of course, fall on me with faith, for I am here, and I will provide. But seek me for refuge and for mercy, and to heal all ills, for I am the Lord your God, and I will rescue if you seek me fervently. Still useless information. Well, I can't help those who choose not to be helped. I do want to be helped. Thank you for the pink light. Please can I have some more healing? I want to make the right decisions. I just don't trust my own mind. Then trust the Lord your God to bring you the revelations when the time is right. You can sit back in faith and not worry. Do some useful work. Make yourself busy with things that help and not hinder you. Trust that this is sorted, and it will be the answer, and the answer will come. There is always an answer. You are just not seeing it yet. Get out and be with people. Search your heart for where it wants to be. You could be on holiday if you played your cards right, but you could not let go. So you've just got more lessons to learn, Sally. I ask you to let go and allow you to lead me. Allow me to lead you. Sorry. But I did that and I ended up homeless for 6 months. Now I don't even have a car. I am not living out of a rucksack. I'm not that organised. I would lose myself. Please, Jesus, I'm walking on a tightrope. I need this only bit of security I have left. And now it is all falling away again. I can't believe this. Before I had just lost my home, and now I don't have a home or a car. Well, I have a temporary home, but without a car it's useless, and I'm back where I started, so I'm cross about that. Sally, can you just let this go and remember who you are? You are an infinite member of the team of destruction and salvation that is coming to earth. Your power is immense, and yet you do not see that. I'm with you all the time. I will let you run your own battles, but I will not see you lose. Something will happen to turn this around. You have to trust me. Keep looking out. And so at the end, he just finished off by saying, I just said something like, he said, lift your frame of reference. I said, what does that mean? He said, take your mind away from all of this. None of this is real. It does not exist. Remove yourself from this density and see past all illusions. Great, thanks. And this is the way my conversations with Christ go. So I just thought I'd just share them because they are quite uplifting and beautiful. And when I talk about pink light, when I am connected all day, you can't not be connected when you have the Holy Spirit in you. but you know, it's whether you use your spiritual gifts or not, right? So if I speak telepathically to the Christ consciousness or to Jesus Christ consciousness, then it comes through with a flow and pink light. I see, because I have clairvoyance as well as clairaudience, and I see the pink light around my heart, and I can feel the warming, and at no point do I ever feel that I have a void within me. I'm always full. I'm always feeling warm-hearted. I'm always feeling loved, and I seek questions. I seek with questions all the time to try and get a deeper understanding of the truth. And this is the way that I receive answers, basically. The divine is there to give us support and to give us safety, so that we know we're infinite beings of light and we are powerful when we are clear and truthful with ourselves and who we are, and we understand our mission and what we came to do. And Christ guides us and directs us to all things good and all things sacred and holy, meaning pure, and you're just left with this feeling of peace. And so I hope I've shared that little bit of peace today with you, and I don't know what you're going through, but just remember, I will reiterate what he said there, which was that everything is impermanent, life is an illusion, and we are just merely creating castles in the sand. And that's a good thing, because when the tide rolls in and washes it away, we create again. We recreate anew. We are consciousness. We cannot die. We are eternal, infinite beings of light. And with that, I will leave you. Love, light, and truth is all. So take care.